See you again.
And I really enjoyed that, yeah.
How have you been?
He's trying to get put out.
Wow.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is Dawson. Our broadcast coming to you live from gloomy California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one, because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Wednesday, July 1st, first day of July. Pride Month is over. Pack it up. You came up in a combo about Hong on Wisconsin morning radio.
Headline in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel making big headlines across the country, getting a lot of attention. Here's the headline directly read from the story by Hope Carnop, Journal-Sentinel reporter. Hong appears on stream with HASAN Piker, who has said U.S. deserved 9/11. Your take on what that means for her campaign?
Well, she raised a lot of money out of it. And
Ultimately, I think that's why she did it.
probably definitely why she did it.
That's why she did it. Or maybe, unlike you boomers at 620 WTMJ, Wisconsin's radio station, which I'm always willing and able to go on. Like, most people understand that that's that kind of like old school, oh, this person said something in 2019 and he should be forever yelled at over it. It doesn't work like that anymore.
I mean, I think between that and I guess there was a different, I had never heard of this other person who's, what was it? There was another person, Mike from PA.
R.I.P. Mike from PA. That one soundbite, they're gonna use that against Michael from Taiwan for the rest of his life. Unc is forever gonna get cooked for that one. If that's the standard, the media should always say President Trump, who raped E. Jean Carroll, just released a statement. Yeah, it's a pretty bad soundbite law. No, I know, dude. I know. I didn't defend it. It was crazy. Like, I don't think Michael is what do you call it? Like an anti-Semitic person at all. I don't think he is. You know, I don't even remember what it was. I think he either misspoke or he just got he went nutty mode with it. But like, we're live streamers, we're live broadcasters. Like, if anyone is like an actual anti-Semitic person, like, it's not going to be one clip. Like, that's just so dumb. You know what I mean? Yeah, when he said like demonic, he says, honest word, demonic raise, it was pretty fucking bad, man. No, I know it's indefensible. I'm just saying that, like, you guys watch me. I'm a live streamer. You know this sphere. You know how this stuff works. I think, like, at the end of the day, if someone harbored this kind of attitude across the board, like unconditionally, and this is not a defense of that statement, right? It's indefensible. But like, there would probably be more, right? There would probably be more moments that you can point to. You've never said anything remotely that bad. I have not, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, people will chop it up and do everything in their power to like fucking turn around and make it seem like, there's a convincing case. Morgue absolute. Hate Mike from PA. And even I can say he misspoke and apologized to media smears. Yeah. Boomers trying to comprehend what's going on in this side of the media sphere. The media ecosystem is so funny to me. Always. WTMJ is right-wing radio. I love that.
Have campaigned with HASAN Piker. He is I don't know if you want to say he is a similar character as Charlie Kirk for the left.
He's extreme.
As far as things, he streams like 6 hours a day. He's been in the public eye I remember first hearing about HASAN Piker when he was still with the Young Turks. So that was 2015, 16, 17. So there's a lot of tape, as they say, for this guy's things that he has said.
Asmongold says you started wearing suits to be more like Nick Fuentes. Guy who's only watched one political commentator. Guy who's only watched one movie, and the movie happens to be Boss Baby. Wow. The Schindler's List movie. I'm getting a lot of Boss Baby vibes from the Schindler's List movie. Only guy in the political commentary sphere that famously wears a suit. Invented suit wearing. Yeah. This political commentator wearing a suit giving another political commentator who is a neo-Nazi who wears a suit, who happens to be the only political commentator that wears a suit. Yeah. Expand your horizon. If anyone has influenced me to wear a suit, it's Kyle motherfucking Kalinske. Asmold Potting goes to an office. Man, there are a lot of Nick Fuentes fans dressing like him in this office. I went down to Wall Street and I was shocked to see how many people were dressed exactly like Nick Fuentes. I tuned into CNN and everyone was wearing a suit. They must all be getting influenced by Nick Fuentes. Yeah, this lady clocked my ass. She said, I've known about him since the Young Turks, and it's obvious that he's not putting in the same level of effort any longer. A 6-hour broadcast, half-day Hossy, except yesterday was like 10 hours, right?
I think where people will question it is people now have ballots in hand. Early voting has started. I just got mine in the mail. Is this a smart decision by a candidate who many times have been called the front runner for Democrats, and smart people like Joseph Becky said that's probably not true, but I guess we're going to find out for real in a few months, not even a few months, 1 month. It is something that you can look at, from 40,000 feet and say, is that a smart move by a candidate in the state of Wisconsin?
Yeah, I think none of this stuff matters. I think what matters is what you're going to do for people. It's that simple. What are the policies? Are you a real one? That's all people care about. What are the policies? How are you going to help me out? And are you actually real or are you fake? That's what voters should care about. And that's what most voters do care about. And for someone like FRANCESCA HONG, her honesty comes from her moral conviction, her courage to say the truth about certain issues that other politicians have shied away from, her consistent advocacy on certain fronts, her lack of interest in backing down. That's it. And what's strange to me is that these people don't get it. And I've been saying this for years. That's what's so funny about it. Like, it's almost like there's a post-Zoran universe that we live in now and a pre-Zoran universe. Before Zoran, I always said to run campaigns exactly in the way that Zoran ran his. It's not like I decided, oh, it's successful because Zoran won with that. That's what I used to tell the DNC. That's what I told every politician that would listen to me. This isn't a new concept. It's actually a very basic and very old school concept. It's called democracy. It's identifying the needs of your constituents and then showing them that you will earnestly fight for them. It's that fucking simple. Anyway, let's see what Sean Hannity had to say.
Milwaukee Boomers wants to upend our way of life, replace that with what, a Soviet-style socialist, system. Step one, getting rid of ICE. Step two, making all illegal immigrants citizens. Take a look.
What's your vision for abolishing ICE?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that we abolish ICE. This is an agency that started in 2003. We had immigration enforcement before ICE existed. We'll have it after it exists. But the thing that I don't think we talk enough about is also what that reform is going to look like. Abolishing ICE is just one step, right? Democrats have been in power multiple times over the last few decades and did nothing to address the immigration reform that we actually need.
Expenditures, increased spending.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think there has to be an immediate pathway for every single undocumented immigrant that's here in this country today.
Now, you might have noticed that many of these socialist lunatics are kissing the ring of a guy by the name of HASAN Piker. Now, this is a rich kid turned socialist podcaster who loves communist China.
Shawnee baby. We were supposed to have a little tete-a-tete. We were supposed to have a convo in person. I was going to come to your compound in Florida. Shawnee baby. Why are you talking about me, but not to me? You stop responding to our emails, Sean. What the hell? What the hell?
He once proclaimed that we, the U.S., deserved the 9/11 terror attacks. And sadly, Milwaukee Boomers seems to agree with
And that he hates this fucking country so much? Wait, what?
this. Take a look.
Was 9/11 an inevitable consequence for America based on U.S. foreign policy?
This is such a crazy thing to still, multiple decades later, advance as though 9/11 was just, randomly a thing that happened because, they hate us because they ain't us. This is established at this point. I don't understand, what the argument is, man. It's been 25 fucking years, dude. When can we finally acknowledge that American destabilization led to 9/11? I'm not even alone in this. This is, one, an issue where there is academic consensus around, and two, even the people that were the godfathers of the post 9/11 global war on terror, the neocon movement, the people who were pivotal in using 9/11 to advance their own agendas in the Middle East, unironically have already acknowledged that 9/11 was a byproduct of our destabilization that went on for decades before 9/11. How conservatives think bin Laden chose to do 9/11? Yeah. New York Post says Colorado Democratic Socialist candidate called 9/11 terror attacks inevitable due to U.S. foreign policy. This is unironically a concept that comes across as like far-fetched, I guess, in mainstream media circles still for some reason. But like, this is something that most Americans understand. This doesn't mean 9/11 is good, by the way. It's just analysis. That's all this is.
Now, there is one thing that these communists hate more than America, and that is the world's only Jewish state. That, of course, would be Israel. In fact, Kiros was fired from her job.
That's awesome. I love when these guys immediately hit that line, and they're like, they very clearly are criticizing the world's only Jewish state. I don't know if you know this, Champ, but so are many other Americans. As a matter of fact, that's like the overwhelming majority of American positions on the issue. So I don't know who this is for. I don't know what's going on here. They said the same shit about South Africa. It's the only white-ruled state on the African continent. Like, it doesn't matter.
Now, Kiros has also called for an embargo on all defensive weapons to Israel, including ammunition for the Iron Dome. It would seem that she, only has room in her heart for certain people.
Dude, it's just funny. Like, again, I think these guys are playing with fire when they reveal these positions on Fox News. Like, you're quite literally telling your audience that Milwaukee Kiros is unironically more sincere about the same exact demand that Donald Trump made when he was running for the presidency and won on that campaign promise. Isolationism, America first, reconsidering all of these all these weapons contracts that we have with all these other countries that are just like destabilizing the entire planet. That is what Trump ran on. That's what Trump won on. They play your stream clips like it's ISIS Salafist propaganda. I know, but the difference is I'm wearing a suit talking to a person who is going to be the next congressperson from Denver. It doesn't hit the same. You can't just present us as like these crazy guys who are militant and in our defense of Islam and want Islam to take over the world or whatever the fuck.
What has happened to this once great party known as the Democratic Party? Not that it was ever great, but is anybody really surprised?
Wait, what happened to the great American Party, also known as the Democratic Party? Not that it was ever great. What the fuck?
This is the Democratic Party. Not that it happened to this once great party known as the Democratic Party. Not that it was ever great.
Why did you say that then? Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, what happened is Sean Hannity ate the great American Democratic Party. Not that it was ever great.
But is anybody really surprised? This is the result of what is decades now of Democratic leaders, academia, the media mob trashing our great country day in, day out, year in, year out. Take a look.
We're not going to make America great again. It was never that great.
The American flag is such a complicated symbol for most of us, and in many ways, like Jesus, like the cross, it's been co-opted, and in some ways, its true meaning has been betrayed.
No, not God bless America, God damn America.
Wow, what a flashback to my goat, Jeremiah Wright, the legend.
In the Bible.
Founding fathers did not live and die for this moment. I can't celebrate July 4th.
We tired. We want some of this earth. We'll tear this goddamn country up.
And making America great again.
By the way, it's so funny to put Farrakhan and then Pete Buttigieg. You know, guys like James Tallarico, Pete Buttigieg, and Farrakhan, same guy. Oh, that's awesome. It turns out the Democrats are truly the big tent, the biggest of tents. No tent is as vast and as large, as spacious as one that features Louis Farrakhan and Pete Buttigieg. I think that might literally be the entire political spectrum. I don't even know where I could place Farrakhan, because sometimes he's on the far right, sometimes he's on the far left. He's a much more complex figure. It's difficult to fully comprehend what space he occupies on such a rigid spectrum. He's everywhere all at once. But it is hilarious to have Farrakhan up there with Pete fucking Buttigieg, dude.
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. His courage on. Together unbroken. We'll make heaven known.